The OUA's marquee matchup is set to once again take place in the men's hockey category here at the Sleeman Centre in downtown Guelph. Welcome inside for the 14th annual Frosty Mug. This game features the Lakehead Thunderwolves against the University of Guelph Gryphons. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Jeffrey Brando. Happy that you could join us on Gryphons as part of OUA TV. Happy you could join us no matter what part of the world you are looking in. These two teams, this would be the 7 versus 6 play-in matchup for the OUA West to determine who would get in that final playoff position, who would take on the 3 seed. Well, from that all-important 6 seed right now, Lakehead sitting in 7th. They've dropped back a little bit after losing 3 in a row. They had a great start coming in, 7-4-1-0, but have been 2-7 since, an 8-2 loss against Concordia. I'll be interested to see how they work, as they've got a couple of really good players. Colin Vandenherk leads the way for them, as well as Nick DeGrazia. Those two are the top 2 scorers on that team. For Lakehead, they are a defenseman and a rookie. DeGrazia, a former member of the Sudbury Wolves. Colin Vandenherk played for a couple of years with the Kingston Frontenacs. The Lakehead again, they come in, they were bronze medalists last year at the OUA, fell just short of the bronze medal, losing Concordia in the semifinal game. They had a little bit of a turnover, lost a lot of players, so it's interesting to see how much they've got going into the tank as we get to the final 5 games left of this regular season. Meanwhile, on the other side is the Guelph Gryphons, and the Guelph Gryphons have been 2-2 out of the break thus far, including a win against the Waterloo Warriors in their most recent game. This is one of their important games. They have to take these 2 points in order to win this game, and in order to make sure they have a clinched playoff spot. The second member of our broadcast team is Scott Fraser. He's with a couple of guests just down the hall.
Thanks, Jeffrey. Yeah, joined now by the named sponsors of tonight's game, both Alec Bowes and Doug Adlam, partners at Axiom Mortgage. Guys, you guys have been a part of this game for a long, long time, not just the 5 years that you've been sponsoring it. We'll go a little bit more into that in a minute, but first of all, 5 years now. How special are nights like this one to you guys, and how much does it make you reflect on 5 years ago when you decided to join in and be the name sponsor?
Wow, where to even start, Scott? I mean, 5 years ago when we started this, we had a little booth down here in a box, about 40 people, and tonight we have 300 people in the restaurant over here with friends, family, clients, business partners, all of the above. It's how it's grown over the years, the event itself, and our role in it. Yeah, it's just been a lot of fun to be a part of, for sure.
And Doug, we've met before. We actually interviewed you I think it was year 1. Time goes really fast when you're having fun. How much has it changed in your mind and kind of the ideals moving forward now that you guys have signed on for another 5 years following this one?
Yeah, you know what? It really is a true partnership. Working so closely with the Guelph Gryphons on this particular event, we've been able to see it grow. We've made it better every single year, and the sellout crowd consistently now every year really adds to the whole overall experience. That's for sure.
It definitely has grown. I mean, let's go back to your playing days, guys. The Frosty Mug wasn't quite what it is now, and it's turned into what it is basically because of your support and what you guys have been able to do. When you look back at it as now the adults and the influencers, how important would it have been for you guys, or how much do you hope that your influence has a positive impact on these players and these students that are here tonight?
Oh, how do you even measure that, Scott? I don't know. I mean, this didn't exist when I played. I'm going to age myself a little bit. It wasn't even around back then. Pretty jealous of these young men down here. I had an opportunity to go down and say a few words to the guys beforehand and just, tell them to enjoy the moment because it's a lot of fun. And yeah, how jealous I am that they get to have this opportunity. And yeah, what a great opportunity for the university, but especially these young men that get the opportunity to play in such a fun environment. That's a once-a-year opportunity, and in some cases, maybe a once-a-lifetime opportunity. So a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah, and it was really the loudest this building's been on shift number 1 year ago when Zach Poirier, Luke Bignall, and Teddy Nickel came out and lit the place on fire. Doug, it's going to be another really special night. Before we let you go, predictions for the final score?
I figure Guelph will take it probably 4-1.
4-1, so there's no I'm not going to say the word in Doug's mind. Alec?
I was going to say 4-1 as well too. So I like where I like where we're at. I think we're on the same page here. Go Griffs, go.
Back to you, Jeffrey.
inside and already rocking Sleeman Centre for the 14th annual Frosty Mug, presented by Axum Mortgage Solutions. I'm Jeffrey Brando, happy you could join us on Griff Vision, no matter what part of the world you are living in. As mentioned off the top, this is the 7 versus 6 matchup if the playoffs started today. Both these teams looking to add to their win total. Lakehead has lost their last 3. Meanwhile, Guelph coming off a win, but they're 2-2 since coming off the break. There you look at the Lakehead goaltender, Max Wright. He stopped 27 of 30 against Wilfred Laurier in his last start. Luke Kukovic returns to the lineup after missing 10 games. On the other side, Tanner Wickware, the 5th busiest goaltender in the OUA this season. Referees are Blake Beer, Patrick Myers have the armbands. The legendary Dustin McCrank and Brian Burkhoff are on the lines in a good game. 2-2. Jackson Camp after Guelph takes first possession. Turned over here at the neutral zone. This is DeGrazia. Now Tyler Ho is just a step offside, 18 seconds in. Ho is a Surrey native in his junior year. Played for Vancouver and Saskatoon in the Western Hockey League. There you look at Josh Dixon, the first-year head coach. The first time the Gryphons don't have Sean Camp, Jackson's father, behind the bench for a Frosty Mug. Sean, one of 2 coaches to win both an OHL championship, the J. Ross Robertson Cup, and an OUA championship, the Queen's Cup, the other being Mike Keenan. Kukovic falls as he's drilled heavily. Here is Nick DeGrazia, second leading scorer on the team, and he's met by a brick wall in Tristan DeYoung. Nathan Allenson, Waterloo native, former member of the Barrie Colts, 6 all-time in defenseman scoring for the squad. Onside after Allenson carries this in. Bingo! There's a shot, they score! It's Hunter Brazier, his 3rd of the year, and Guelph starts the scoring 103 in. Brazier, the trailer, is caught by Bignall. As Allenson, what a job by him to bring this across the line. Bignall right back in, fires it home. Does Brazier, and Guelph 103 in. Have that all-important 1-goal lead. Brazier led Kempville for a couple of seasons in scoring. The Valcoran native in his first year has the opening goal in the 14th Frosty Mug, presented by Axum Mortgage Solutions. DeGursey will kick this back. He had a goal in the last year's game. Winterton had 2 assists in that game. Here's Keegan Gary. That's nullified at the point of attack by Ferguson, who opened the scoring in the last game for the Gryphons, ultimately winning 3-2 over the Warriors. Flipped right in by Ferguson. Dangerously in front, fought off by Wright. Lakehead finally able to get it out. This is Josh Van Oonen, the Kamloops native sophomore, majoring in education. Can get nowhere near the offensive zone. Forrester will tap that in. Dished out in front by Jetty. He's with Colin Vanderherk. Gary tries to push this forward and does. Shot from Camp is knocked down by Forrester. Penman at the line is easily saved and held by Wright. Wright, the Waterloo native, in his junior year, majoring in kinesiology. As you take a look again at the goal, Hunter Brazier, stick down, eyes up, pucks in the net to give Guelph, again, the 1-0 lead. Griffin Wilson will take this draw. He's up against Greg Smith. Guelph playing with essentially their full lineup. Liam Ham not in it, going through some flu-like symptoms. But Guelph finally, after almost 60 man games lost in the first half. Able to build a full lineup as they get the opening goal on the initial attack. This here's Troy Williams. Will swing a shot wide. Doyle can't get it past Jetty. He's harassed by Wilson, turned over back to Doyle. And now Emmett Gordon, who's got his own window cleaning business, has to turn this up on an offside as Ethan Doyle races into the play. Back comes Williams. This is Dylan Massey. Massey is shot and a big rebound given up by Wickware, but it's corralled by Gio Biondi. Here comes the Sudbury native who won the J. Ross Robertson Cup a couple of years ago with the Hamilton Bulldogs. Massey, as Biondi gets his revenge. This is Kukovicius. Kukovicius, a backhand pass. Biondi's there, out of his reach. DeSimone, now Allenson hits the gaggle of bodies in front. Mass chaos in front of that Lakehead goal. 3:30 into the first. Tristan DeYoung all the way back, the Breslau native. Holding this in at the line is McNeil, former member of the Summerside Western Capitals. Played there for 5 years and 5 games with the Blainville Boisbriand Armada. DeGrazia is met by Bignell. DeGrazia still with the puck though, and in front is Blackwell, but he's unable to cash as DeGursey just clashes it off the glass and out. And this will go icing against the Thunderwolves. Couple of huge hits in that sequence. Topped off by this big blast by Gio Biondi. There you look at Andrew Wilkins, the head coach of the Thunderwolves, now in his 6th year. Spent 4 years as an assistant. Also played for the Thunderwolves as Bignell rips this one from the point. That's easily saved by Max Wright. DeGursey with goals, power play goals in back-to-back games for him. All eyes on that man, Max Wright, who won a Sutherland Cup with the Listowel Cyclones back in 2017, 2018. A couple of former GOJHL champions, at least in the Midwest Division. Wickware won a Cherry Cup with Cambridge in 2021 and 2022. This here's a chance for Penman that pings off a Mac and wide. Jackson Camp to the line, wristed through, knocked down by Forrester. And again, well saved by Wright. Guelph's 3rd shot of the game. They're up 3-2. As finally about 5 minutes in this game, starting to settle down a bit. Good job by the Cambridge native, who was to play here as a member of the Guelph Storm. He was an 8th round pick in 2019, had committed, but did not play due to the COVID years. As Anthony Tabak will try to pitch this back for Jackson Camp. It's intersected by Van Unen, taken here by Pouliot, a couple stutter steps away from Penman. And now Forrester will just take out the 9-iron and leak it to Anthony Tabak, the team's leading scorer. Here's Winterton, he's second. Nolan Forrester is shut down. Coming rink wide is Wright to make a couple of fantastic saves. This game could easily be 2-3-0 if not for Wright. Van Ulen slowly across the line, dribbles one to the cage. It's knocked wide before it gets to its intended target. Van Unen picks off the clearing attempt. Allenson will take it right back. This is Ethan Doyle, the Whitby native, 2nd season, majoring in accounting. There is no trapezoid here in the OUA, so do not worry about those lines behind the cage. Those are strictly for OHL purposes only. Gordon falls. This allows Lakehead to bust out, but Wilson is there to intervene. Back is Ferguson, the Chatham native, turned over to Dylan Massey. Massey shoots, and it's fearlessly blocked by a former member of the Storm and Ashton Reeser. Ben Badalamenti. Now Smith, Badalamenti! And another save by Wickware. Wickware now up to 700 shots faced in this season. He's made the most in the OUA. He's stopped now 627 of them. Jackson Camp, the Ottawa native, former member of the Guelph Hurricanes, playing 50 games with the Junior B squad. This here is Vandenherk, rink wide, hooks up with Tyler Ho. This is Griffin Fox trying to split the D, leaves it for DeGrazia, and he misses on the backhand, pitchforking that just wide. Rebound picked up by Kukavicius. He's got a 3-on-1. Kukavicius drives to the outside looking for his second goal at the Frosty Mug. He scored the game winner back in 2020. DeSimone tied up by McNeil. Kukavicius takes that away. Kukavicius still starting to roll. The Toronto native who had a hat trick earlier in this season against RMC. Tristan DeYoung comes it down the line. That's off a stick and out of play. Shots tied 4-4, but not for some fast and furious action. The Breslau native in his third year was Barrie's 200th overall pick, but spent 54 games with the Moncton Wildcats of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Luke Bignell, who had last year's game-winning goal in a 3-2 win against the Laurier Golden Hawks. This is the first time in 7 years that the Gryphons do not face the Laurier Golden Hawks in this marquee event. Bignell behind the cage, pitches this back for Brazier. Here's DeGursey looking for the game's first goal scorer. Tristan DeYoung can't knock this down. DeGursey's got it again in front, and Williams has to slam it off the glass. DeYoung will keep this in. Pitched right back down for Bignell. He'll have to track it down, but Tyler Jetty, the Farmington, Michigan native in his senior season, will just grab it, fire it down the ice, and now we'll have a face-off inside the zone for the Thunderwolves. Again, Jetty, 2 assists in 5 games last year. After last year's Frosty Mug, Guelph had to fly to Thunder Bay and basically got the heck beat out of them in the first period, allowing 7 goals on 18 shots in an eventual 9-4 win. Guelph did win the next 2 periods of that contest as the Thunderwolves will get a forward change in off that one draw. Forrester will just fling it out. Whitaker frisbees it right back in, but it's onto the stick of Ian Ferguson. DeYoung to back, chips, Forrester chases. Noah Massey is the first one on it. Drafted 50th overall in 2016 by the Moncton Wildcats. Indirectly, links up with Gary, who scored in Guelph a year ago. Van Unen, and back, Whitaker. Whitaker shoots, the save! Sees a rebound collected by the Gryphons and subsequently iced. There you look at Tanner Wickware, who commends 8-10 in this game, a 408 goals against average and an 895 save percentage. Anthony Tabak in on this draw with Gary, and there's Van Unen, a shot that gets blocked on the way out, and Guelph can get a line change in. As mentioned, Tanner Wickware might not get any OUA Goaltender of the Year votes, but in my mind, he should get at least some. He's been excellent. The only reason why the Gryphons are in the spot they're in is because of the Guelph backstop. As mentioned, 700 shots faced this season, but he's 16th in the OUA in save percentage. As the chant around the arena is "Let's Go Gryphons" in front of a sold-out Sleeman Centre here. Originally home of the Guelph Storm. Gryphons take over for one night every year and have done so for the past 14 years. 8-4-0-1 in the 13 previous. Frosty Mugs. Jonah DeSimone, the Richmond Hill native, in his first year played with the Gatineau Olympique. Looking to get off a 5-point schneid, or at least a 5-game schneid, excuse me. Massey, this is for Van Unen. Van Unen tries to link up with Olivier Pouliot, but is through his stick. Wickware has to be weary of a shot that comes in from a sharp angle. Allenson to the red line and rung around. Picked off here by DeSimone. One-on-one with Vandenherk. DeSimone continues to hold on, splits the D. And now Wickware has to get well out of his cage. Do a couple moves to get away from a couple of defenders, and he does nicely around Olivier Pouliot. DeSimone for Gio Biondi on a big hit, a bone-crushing hit earlier. 2 sticks go flying, one into the goal. Thankfully for Lakehead, puck doesn't go in there. Reeser out of his reach, centered out in front. Bignell intended for Nagurski, but the bounce will go right on to Max Wright. And Guelph, out of all of that, will get an offensive zone faceoff. And Lakehead won't be able to change. Guelph will go with that second line of Bignell, Brazier, and Nagurski. Or make that the third line. That's a pretty good third line, I think most varsities would like to have. Badalamenti is met by Reeser. Ferguson, a former member of the Tri-City Americans, can't get it out. A toe drag by Smith, but he forgot the puck. Nagurski in his skates and into the offensive zone. Jetty is forced back. He'll dish this to Vandenherk, turns it over. Nagurski scores! Three in a row for Nolan Nagurski! His 6th of the year! And Guelph extends their lead! Great job to pick off the pass. And Nagurski finds the wide open cage. Goal comes at the 10:43 mark. And once again, the Gryphons extend that all-important lead. Hands happy and handshakes everywhere. Forrester cuts it right back in, looking for Winterton. Williams knocks that away. This is Anthony Tabak. Tabak, a former member of the Barrie Colts, pitches this down for Camp. Camp for Winterton in front, but nobody's there. That shot goes over the glass, deflected. So Bignell now 2 assists, Brazier a goal and an assist, all in the first 10:43 of this contest. Turned over right there. Not sure if Bignell will actually officially get an assist, but he's announced thus far in the building he was the man that created the separation between the player and the puck. 11:06 gone in the first. Home side, home crowd, full home crowd, sold out here for the 14th Frosty Mug, presented by Axiom Mortgage Solutions. Tyler Ho shoots, and Tanner Wickware stands tall. Forrester back for DeYoung. The open man is Nathan Allenson. He'll take it out the 9-iron and just center it out. Tyler Ho is offside on the return back in. I'm Jeffrey Brando. Thanks for tuning in to Gryphons as part of OUA TV. Thanks for tuning in to the 14th annual Frosty Mug presented by Axiom Mortgage Solutions, and another hellacious hit in favor of the Gryphons. Lakehead wins this draw. DeGrazia rink wide. One touch pass intended for Fox from Ho. And that's out to the neutral zone. Vandenherk will have to recoil. This is McNeil. Turning it back. Blackwell from Aaron, shortly nearby. The junior native majoring in general arts. Slapped behind the cage. Blackwell's there. Both referees will have a tripping penalty on the way as Emmett Gordon will touch this up. So Ashton Reeser will go to the sin bin for 2 or less. That penalty comes at the 12-11 mark of the frame, as Reeser just takes out the double axe handle to take down his man. And now Lakehead has a chance to go to their first power play of this contest. They are 12 for 78 on the season, 15.4. One of 4 teams not to have scored a shorthand, or not to allow a shorthand goal this year. 17th in the OUA. This is McNeil. Biondi intervenes, takes it back. He's got a shorthanded rush, and he's lost his stick. Back quickly comes Pouliot. Turned over to DeGrazia. Continues the chain to Vandenherk. We'll flip this down to DeGrazia. Back for DeGrazia. It is Van Unen centering, getting towards that cage. DeGrazia has to make a move to get around Penman. DeGrazia shoots, and it's a great save by Taylor Wickware. Glass in the leather, keeping this game at a 2-0 scoreline. Turned over, and DeGrazia, as mentioned, 15 points in 21 games. The former member of the Rayside Balfour Canadians, where he won the NOJHL Rookie of the Year. Guelph's penalty kill on this season is 78.4. 13th in the OUA, 2 shorthanded goals for. Having given up 19 goals. Thunderwolves take over in deep, trying to jam it home. Wickware's there, and he keeps the pad shut. Much to the delight of this hometown crowd. Guelph will get a line change in. DeSimone, Kukavicius will come out, replace the forward line. Allenson, DeYoung as well. As the wave flying right around the Sleeman Centre. Lakehead trying to take any momentum that they can. Puck siphons to the goal. Massey is there, that being Dillon. Fox is met immediately by DeSimone. Fished out, sent back to the wall. This here is Griffin Fox for Blackwell. To the top, Tyler Jetty. Swings it across to Tyler Ho. And back for Jetty. Jetty fires. One you might want to have back. Blackwell will keep this in at the line. Turn back by Ho. Now he'll have to retrace his steps. He'll head north, gain the line, re-engage this blitz. Fox has a shot, then ends up wide. Picked off here by Whitaker. Former draft pick of the London Knights, centering pass. Flashing on it is Griffin Fox. Reeser is out of the box. Massey towards the goal. And that's nullified by Doyle. Turned over. And right back. This time to Jackson Camp, and he'll just head for greener pastures. 5.5 to go in the first. Griffins lead 2-0. Lakehead leads on shots 9-6. This is Griff Vision. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the 14th annual Frosty Mug presented by Axum Mortgage Solutions. Flipped out. Ferguson has to fight off the check of Pouliot, and is clean in doing so. He played under Joe Neuendijk as a member of the Dallas Stars Elite moving to Missouri City, Texas as an 18-month-old. Gordon, who's played much more of a rover role this year, as Guelph will get a partial forward change in. Van Unen will ring this around, and the rebound will carry him all the way back out to the neutral zone. Gordon deflects that in. They're onside because of it. DeGursey pitchforks that. Back for Brazier, and he'll take to the air. McNeil settles the puck down. One-on-one with Smith, taken away here by Brazier. Bignell fires a hit against Dylan Massey, and that causes the crowd to erupt, and Massey gets right back at Bignell, and we're gonna have a delayed penalty call against Massey. It's a 4-minute double minor on a retaliation on a high stick for Massey. This will be the Guelph's first Axiom Mortgage Solutions power play. 4 minutes as these two get involved. Bignell wants his stick back. Massey gives him a shot right to the chops. So at 15:53, Guelph again to their first Axiom Mortgage power play of the season. 18 for 92. They're 5th in the league, working just short of 20%. Or I beg your pardon, they are now 13th in the league. They've had the 5th most power plays. DeYoung with Allenson. This is Winterton with Forster and Tabak. Looking for Tabak on a backdoor play. Recaptured here by Allenson. Shifted down for Tabak. Tabak offers this to Winterton, but it's intercepted by the Lakehead Thunderwolves and out of play. Meanwhile, the Lakehead Thunderwolves, they come in with just 47 times shorthanded. That's by far the best in the league. 10 goals allowed this year, 12th in the OUA with a 1 shorthanded goal. Luke Kukovicius holds on. He's with Jackson Camp, and return pass, scramble in front, both will go as Bignell and it looks like Noah Massey has a massive collision. Massey may have gotten hit in the sensitive parts. Now he and Bignell have a couple of words. 16:30, the penalties here. We will wait and see if they're coincidental. It's a cross check and a slash. A cross check to Massey. And a slash to Bignell. So indeed they are offsetting. Back to 5-on-4. Camp has Kukovicius, DeGursey, who's got the puck now. DeSimone and Biondi. And this is Camp. Now DeGursey. Flip back for Camp. Offered to Kukovicius. Backdoor pass to Gursky. Had Biondi in front. And it slides past his twig. DeGursey looks to do it himself. DeSimone. Now back for Camp. Camp swings it through. Bouncing puck. They score! Jackson Camp is second of the year. Guelph splits this game wide open, 3-0. 17 minutes into the frame. A bouncing puck, Camp with the last touch. And a much needed goal. 5th of his career, 2nd against the Lakehead Thunderwolves. Guelph will continue on with this double minor penalty. Now 1-on-1 on the Axiom Mortgage Solutions power play. We'll wait and see who gets the assist after Camp's final touch. It pinballs in. Gryphons don't really care who scores, just that they've got another power play goal. Forrester will bring this around. Winterton's on it first. He's met by Blackwell. Bouncing puck in front to back, and what a save by Wright. This thing might get out of control if Guelph scores right here. Allenson will switch for DeYoung. Allenson now back for DeYoung. Volleyball down by Whitaker. To Fox. 2-on-1 shorthanded rush the other way. Fox with Blackwell. That's off the stick of the Guelph captain. Fox again for Blackwell, and his shot goes over top of the cage. Blackwell, who was the first team All-Star last year with 26 points in 25 games. He scored 5 times last year, 8 points against the Gryphons. As mentioned, Lakehead destroyed Guelph in their return visit after the Frosty Mug in Thunder Bay. So DeGursey gets the only assist. Penman looking for Kukavicius. 3/4 of a minute to go. Penman will hold on. DeGursey loses this to Jetty. And now Pouliot gets up and go. The Rimouski native in his sophomore season, majoring in education. Wickware does a jaunt out of the cage, much to the delight of the Gryphons fans, maybe not so much to the Gryphons coaches. Approaching 1 minute to go in the first. Jackson Camp, the game's most recent goal scorer. Dylan Massey back out of the sin bin. Camp heads north with a pass. Doyle will fire this in. Wilson for Vandenherk. Massey, again, fresh out of jail. Wright is there. He'll backhand that away. Tyler Ho will give this for Griffin Fox. There's a 3-on-2 if they want it. Trailers to DeGrazia, and Ian Ferguson sells out to make sure that centering pass goes nowhere fast. Knocked down and held on by Wickware. A shot on goal that would go wide of the net. Lakehead still continues to lead in that category, 9-8. But once again, the Gryphons have the all-important 3-0 lead. Anthony Tabac will take this draw up against Griffin Fox. DeGrazia in the shooter position. Won by the Thunderwolves. Wolf wins the loss, punches it back out. A crossing pass, hits nobody in particular. Williams is forced back. Williams for Tyler Ho. Now DeGrazia and Fox. 10 seconds to go. He's met by DeYoung. Tabac rips that from his grasp. They'll tie up into the corner. Loose puck in front. Forrester, Tabac, death of the frame, and the penalty or the period expires. But it's all Gryphons. As Hunter Brazier scores at 103, helped out by Luke Bignell and Nathan Allenson. At 10:43, Nolan DeGursey gets his 6th of the year from Brazier, and currently right now Bignell, and then Jackson Camp with a telescoping double Dutch bank shot puts the puck home with 3 minutes to go in the first frame. Guelph with the period that they needed to put this Griffin crowd into a frenzy. For those watching live, we'll be joined in just a moment by the Guelph Gryphons figure skating team as they get set for their performances this year. Until then, we'll be back with more in a moment. You're watching Gryphvision as part of OUA TV. Annual Frosty Mug. This is Olivier Pouliot. One-on-one, well played by Reister, but he still gets a shot away. It's blocked by Ferguson on the way through. Forrester jumps into action. This is Nolan Forrester. First gear, drop Packard. Back. Some dead. And now Wilson and Smith getting involved. And I believe there's going to be a penalty here. And there'll be a penalty to both teams. Wilson Smith. Drive. Shoots. That's blocked by Reaver. Second chance for Anderner. Recoil. McNeil again. It's Pouliot. McNeil shoots. And where's there? Turn it over back here. 7 3/4 gone in the second. Lakehead starting to push back just a little bit. They've already got one. Can they get another? Shots now 17-8 in favor of the visitors. On this right, Wilson. Again, on the blue line. No bouncing puck, and they do. And it's Fioni. Chris Lower Gate. And 29. Wilson brings it back down. Now Tyler Jenny. Second chance keeps this in. This is Spencer Blackwell. Chip behind the cage. Now Wilson has a chance to get up and go. And just decides to flip it in deep. Guelph gets their official line change in. Dangerously in front. Noah Massey will drop this back for Whitaker, who played for London and Oshawa. It's led by Tabak, who rushed a shot well wide. Now 2-on-3 if they want. Back is Mack. And a whistle. I believe this is offside, and now Mack is getting in with Winterton. He stops to take place outside the zone. Dustin McCrank will drop this puck in. Disney, professional spring play at the Olympics. 6 of the 7 finals have been officiated by someone with a tie from the He did the 06 final in Italy. McCreary, as we all know, did the 10 final in Vancouver. Greg Dvorsky did the 14 final. And Dustin McCrank did the 22 final in Beijing, China. Flowing in on close to 2 years ago. There's a drive from DeGrazia. And again, the shooting gallery has come out. That's the 20th shot of the night for Lakehead. Vandenherk, stutter step, drifts his back box, loses the handle, just that away from Brayer. Knocked down, now DeGrazia on the left wing. He's got Bignell with him, turned right back, and a 3-on-2. DeGrazia away, drop back box for DeGrazia, out of his reach. Well, poorly executed. As the shot's now 21-8. Lakehead doing whatever they can. They've already got 12 in this period, if my math serves me correct. Gryphons will get this. And we'll pick this one up. Beyond to the air. In front of DeSimone. DeSimone for Davis. He scores! Welcome back, Luke Kukavicius! His night in the air couldn't come another time. DeSimone swings across. On and off, quick to the hair. And Kukavicius scores the 3-goal lead. As mentioned, he scored against Laurier to Guelph the 3 lead in the 2020 Frosty Mug. A little more. This is Winter charges in. Winter has beat up by Young and is able to unleash. To get up and go. Blackwell defers through Vandenherk. He's being agitated by Tabak. Vandenherk will hold on. Goes cross ice. Pursued by Reeser. Ferguson now Styles to the line. Ferguson jars the puck free and keeps on going with it. Ian Ferguson for Doyle. That's brought in. Go right, but nevertheless, Thunderwolves from right back. It's Blackwell by Forster. Tabak will see this out. Right in clearly. Doesn't go. For the Gravy. Tyler Jennings back. Williams. Lost the handle. Counter-attacking back is the Lakehead Thunderwolves. Ho. One-on-one with Winterton. Onto the stick of Bignell. He's got a couple of assists. Credit in this game. DeGursey shoots. Second chance, and he rips it wide. Winterton. What a pass. DeGursey. Allison. Return pass for DeGursey is halted by McNeil. Bignell for his offense. Beautiful defensive play. Bignell spin around. Will hold on. Young pins up his man. Frazier can't get rid of it. Picked up here by Gary. He scored 3 times last year against the Gryphons. There's a chance. And one that Pouliot will want to have back. Vandenherk. He's got 3 game-winning goals, 2 of them in overtime thus far. It's interesting to note players as Vandenherk makes the move. For Gary. He's met again. That puck will retrieve. Thanks to McNeil. 3 have 2 overtime with this year. So is one is Pouliot. Can't handle the pass. No pass, he's down. Dallas going well. I'm putting 3.5. Jefferson with you. You're watching Griffin. It's part of OUA TV. Keep tuning in no matter what part of you're tuning in. Justin McCrank says continue to play on. Now Burkhoff says no, you're not going to on this side either. That's 22-10. But almost at this point, does it matter? I look at Frosty Mug. You look at the back of goaltender. Tell them use Rock Aiken. Only 31-19 against TMU with 3 goals allowed in that contest. TMU ran away with that one. And Robbie by the Thunderwolves. Hedman, Ranger Burns first, he'll keep this in. Keep it in on second chance as well. This is McNeil. Former MDHL defenseman in the league came in. Back to go. Gordon, this for Wilson. Fires it into the glove of Tanner Wickware. Again, Wickware just been so strong this year, taking over the #1 duties. Guelph has 4 goaltenders on their roster. Cole Nintz got into the last game. Brendan Cregan got into the game against Brock. This has been a full circle for the Gryphons this year. All 4 goaltenders have at least one. Eddie. Gryphons will be onside here as Lakehead pitches this back in. Jetty. This is Blackwell. Runs over Allenson, but turns the puck over. DeYoung, DeSimone, DiBiani. Georgian DiBiani, dot pass for Cookin Vicious, looking for a second. Unable, towards the goal. Vicious, just hold on with 90 seconds to go. First to DeYoung. Beyond in, Blackwell turns that.
Welcome back, or is it a throw? Is it welcome back? I don't know if this crowd is right. It's Toronto. One of the Assessments in a wild night so far. Welcome to the big again, Frosty Mug. Frosty Mug joining now, Scott. This site seems to get better and better and more fun year after year. What is it? The game seems to be so awesome and so tasty that good. That's just how we go.
Yeah, I mean, the word is electric. You can't have a better hockey experience than this right now. I want to thank Axiom Mortgage for supporting us.
Hand in hand with him. He was the guy who hired me. Sorry about that, guys, by the way. How much does he mean to you? And obviously knowing that, and probably a little thing that flies under the radar, that without Dave Easter, there is no Frosty Mug. Maybe just speak to that.
It's absolutely true. Without Dave, there is no Frosty Mug. And today's officially his retirement day, although he hasn't been in. He's cut off payroll now, so it's official. But Dave's a great guy, and what he's done for this event. Not many times do you go to work every day and meet someone you get to work with, but they become such a great friend, and that's just him and his family. They mean a lot to me and my family and my kids, and I'll miss him, but I'm going to be on his boat this summer.
And he'll be on his boat a lot more, I'm sure. Now, talking about the family and the community of the Guelph Gryphons, no matter whether this team is doing fantastic at the top of the standings, middle of the pack, or in the basement, this game sells out. What does it do not only for, obviously, the money coming in is fantastic. Average does a huge part of sure that happens. In terms of building the culture, we'll see a huge influx in terms of the attendance of Gryphons hockey games, particularly after this one. What have you noticed, or what does it do to change the school spirit?
It's an experience. Everybody wants to have a great experience. It's word of mouth. Don't wait till the last minute or you get a ticket. And I do hope this carries over. And what they've done with this team, and really pushing everybody to be their best. You're seeing tonight with a 4-1 going to the third.
And with this format, Mr. Half just asked Doug Adam before. 4-1, I want to give you a chance. That's exactly the way it is playing. Do you see that being played, or do you have it in mind?
If you see a few more horns go off and get a little more excited, that's not just scoring goals in net to make incredible saves. He's behind here, and he's back on the team, and Creek is back. By committee, as good as the depth of your players, and everybody's great this year.
Well, exactly. Cregan being a guy who's been around here for a long time. We got into 100 nights. Character of Brady Cregan.
It's a family, and it's funny you mentioned Andrew Masters. I got an email from him on Tuesday. He's doing well over in Europe, and he's going to come back, and I get to golf with him this season. And it's nice when Scotty Simmons behind the bench got to enjoy being invited to his wedding, and you know what? It means a lot to have the alumni back at the events, to have those guys supporting one another. And I always tell them, when you leave here, you got your teammates for life. You're going to go to each other's weddings. You're going to celebrate births of their kids. And Masters, Krieg, great guys. Making me feel.
Griffin, or Sleeman Centre, Griffin Centre into no, the big house. Sleeman Centre is down 12. Griffins have a 1 lead. Heading into the third period of play. Look at all the goals that have happened thus far. The first time into the game, 100 rate pass. Goaltender back straight of the Thunderwolves. Backly, there's a couple saves. Hannah Wickwer has been excellent. Just 1 save, or 1 goal allowed on 22 saves. There's Hugo Biani scoring one of the loudest money bumps in this team. The second goal right there is for Roller of the year. It goes right to the fence. Wickwer, flying left that one. This was a penalty from Massey. That lit our play goal from Paxton. The only goal Lakehead comes right there. And then Wolf right there. Lucas gets everything on that and cradles it into the goal. Greg Smith. Then this last chance here from DeGursey. Off right, off the post. It stays out. The 13th annual Frosty Mug presented by Axiom Mortgage Solutions has 1 period of regulation left to play. Lakehead takes first puck. Fox, a shot. Fought off on Wickwer. He got down. Guelph 6-1 this year with leading out. In this one, 24-12. Jetty knocked down by Wickwer on the way through. Kukavicius fights off the check from his opponent, and Biondi will slap this in. He takes the hit from Jetty while doing so. Right for Jetty, and now DeGrazia. Ho, backhand pass, finds nobody in particular, except for the red-clad Tristan DeYoung. Bignall, Allenson, turns it over, Vandenherk, Wickwer's there, round, comes out to the side, Vandenherk makes the move, hand, in distress, can't afford to lose any more players if you're the Gryphons, you just got a full line of back, as Vandenherk has a shot, corralled by Tanner Wickwer. There's drive in and stop. Easily collect there. All off their OHL duties to come and join us for this OUA contest. Smith in on the draw against Anthony Tabak. Both teams looking to encroach on this face-off. That's 1 back, 2 well. Thunderwolves will feed this in. Guelph is onside. Leah Whitaker. By Smith. To back, glasses, and then bull rushes over Massey with a shot to the back of his head. Massey delivers another crushing blow to Winterton. That's going to cause a penalty though. Camp, Penman, picked up here by Wright as Blackwell hammers Penman. So Massey and Morgan Holloway to the Gryphons. As Noah Massey will go off. This is the first of a doubleheader between these two teams. They will play again Friday night at the small arena back on campus. We hope that those of you watching this live in dress as right. Camp cannot hold this one in. He's the one that scored the power play goal. Kukavicius wheels up. Flying into the offensive zone. Falls. Still sticks the puck towards the net. DeYoung looks to be okay. Gives this up to Vandenherk. It's a 3-on-1, but Tristan DeYoung's there. The veteran now. Lakehead, maybe they can just game open with a short-handed goal. Here's Vandenherk, and there's Wickwer to stick above. There's Vandenherk, who looks to extend the points. He's got points in 9 of the last 12 games. Face off one here by the Gryphons. Noonan gets tripped up by his own stick. Speaking of tripped up, Winterton gets tripped up by the Goblins against the board, and it turns over with 2/3 the power play on. That's off Noonan, off right. Now Ho, Lakehead goal forward in this one. To back, takes hard. We're back, Noonan. Noonan glides it. This one goes out. Anthony to back, to the box, on Friday. That penalty comes at the 4th. Where has. Same can be said about Colton Ince as well. Vandenherk will hold on. Vandenherk rips it, blocked by Penman. Now disturbed by Doyle. In front and is punched away as Blackwell is flattened all on the ice. Vandenherk blocked by Doyle. And now McNeil have to go chase it down. Wright is out to help out. Fox is just onside. Falling is Ferguson. Reeser wanted to go one way, decided to go the other. Well, gets there. A quarter of the power play is left. Brazier, pass Brazier, not Reeser. And Brazier, who opens scoring well back with 63 seconds into the contest. Getty has a chance for Brazier. Now Van Nuyden. He's collapsed on by Brazier. I beg your pardon, Ferguson, and now Van Nuyden. We're going to have a mad scramble and chaos. Who have filled up the Sleeman Centre in downtown Guelph. There you see Ferguson running the interference. 13, 31 for Lakehead. As we get back, set to full and even strength. There you see Doc 6 and wants to work. Only 2 minutes is being called. Also, right here at this fans. They played in front of Western at John Labatt Center in front of 5230 on January 29, 2015, and then you had a little further than the Frosty Mug, including last year's 49-42 and this year's 49-42. Pigno separates player and puck with a big hit. Tyler Ho will take over. Brazier gets interference run against him. The hip check. That hits up. There's anybody who loves the game. It's Luke Big, 127 for a minute. Let's go. And now, we've got a Donnie Buck. And both these teams begin in 24 hours time. A penny. Who else is in there? Christy Young, Mr. Blackwell. All this nonsense costs 8:32 into the frame. Now Big Beer and Pat Myers will have conversations. We'll get over the box. Look ahead. Maybe more players in the penalty box than there is on bench right now. Nolan Forrester joins the group inside the Guelph end. So right now there's 4 Lakehead in the sin bin, 3 of the Gryphons. Shots are 3-13 in favor of Lakehead. Guelph came into the game with 650 total shots, 17 in the league at 80 per game. Station has been on this group to try and shoot the puck. Don't blow off shots. As many possible. They haven't been able to hit the 30 shot once. Or beg your pardon, they hit it once over the last 8 games. That comes against York. Moving into the box as well. Another run out of ink again. All right, so things look to be settled here at the penalty box. I believe the player got his helmet, so he needs retreat here. Again, 49-42 in the house. Unfortunately, the Gryphons women's team not in the house. They are against Western. This starts my yearly petition of having a women's mug as well as a men's mug. I'd love to see this place filled for the win, and especially where they're ranked in the standings right now. So it looks like a couple of Guelph will be without a bucket. I don't know what's going to happen. They'll have to sit into the spot until they can find. It's safe in. It's 5-on-5. This is Canfield is back for DeMassey. DeSimone for Blackboard. Reeser. DeGersey. Camp. The red line in. This is Smith. DeSimone tries to push it back. That'll Lamenti. He's a Smith. Starting in. One-on-one win. He's in the dust. And in. He'll track it down. DeSimone goes off. Griffin Fox. DeGrazia. Ho. Wright will just hold on. Matt tries to hold on and wait. Fox and Whitaker and DeGrazia and Ho and Donnie Brando. Thanks for watching on your vision. It's part of OUA TV. We hope you enjoyed the 14th annual Frosty Mug Fox can't get home at the net and it's picked up back Billy discharge. Yeah, she's her. One in 5 here. It is to back. The jump is won by the Gryphons. Flint up in. And back. Rear to gun. Can't hold on. That's 5 meal. Goes west. He's on. Goes for the backhand. History. 10 minutes. Steady at the line to keep in. McNeil. Big head. There is Pouliot. Won an SGA title with the Esteban Bruins years ago. Penman slingshot to be ready. Who gets the hot Lakehead cage. 4-1. Guelph leading 3-13. Shots on goal. Goal. Uncut now. Bill Massey's charge. One-on-one hit. Spitfires. They're making a save. And there is a touch to the freeze. And again another. Yes. A couple of Iotas. Ethan well to the box. For a tripping ball. That at 12:27 of the frame. So Lakehead out all the third game. Was been kind of sparse at this point. There you see trying to stop on 9. It's out the leg. Up net. And the opportunity to lead to Buckle. Well, dead tonight. The five of Lakehead. Home. Down low. Smell puck. Finds it black. All the way. Ho at the line. Defers to Massey. Takes out Dustin McCrank, who makes the your safe call. McNeil holds on. Finally to Ho. Defers back to McNeil. Exchanges to Fox, who just scores the goal. That's aware. This here, you'll lose face off. Joe puts it to this one, and we'll have to hold on. Try to do it with the now the full. That's no 6 minutes remaining here in relation. Van Unen will hold on. For DeGrazia. Now Van Unen. Pass to McNeil. Back for Van Unen. To the red, to the blue, and flipped in. DeYoung and Forrester after it. Heads up. As Forrester looked to drill his opponent. DeGrazia takes over. DeYoung had gone back to get his stick, or a stick. Massey, that being Noah, flings that wide of the cage. A bouncing puck was on the floats that out to the neutral zone. Picked up here by Kukavicius. Kukavicius goes around the net, looking for a man in front, and DeCursey. Blackwell trucks through the offensive zone. Let's just Hope takes that right away. All the way back. In the world. It is Gary Van Unen. DeGrazia. Maybe trying to put one in the goal column. He's got a 3-goal lead to work with. Tabak, Fraser, Forrester, DeYoung, and Allenson. The quintet for the Gryphons. Van Unen, Nolan Massey, Pouliot, as well as Keegan Gary, and Liam Whitaker is Simone Fox on this draw. Won by the Gryphons. Massey, DeGrazia to flip this down. 1:45 to go. He's on, can't reach his opponent. Whitaker sends that. Unfortunately, some have already left the building, feeling as if this one is no longer in danger. Sold out crowd of 49-42 was treated to right now a 3-goal Guelph lead, 80 seconds from a 3-goal Guelph win. Massey is knocked down by DeSimone. DeSimone breaks out 5 points straight to take the year. Goal comes in the net at the 18:49 mark of the frame. Lakehead will have no time to lick their wounds. Split. Throwing up back for center arena. And if not, hope you enjoy the action on OUA TV. Forrester for Biondi. Before his hit. And less Bohat. Now Williams and Money beyond play. And the message sending. As these two teams will meet. Lakehead came in winning 5-6 in World City. And you all have to think of how often the front line they allow singles against Lakehead. They're to the Fort William Arena. Well, we got 5 games after this, again against Lakehead, and then Windsor, and Western CMU in the Mustangs again. Guelph had, coming in, the 4th record for games remaining against Windsor, Fourier, and Western. Meanwhile, Lakehead was big. So there's an area that's a lighter table. And the 9-3 on home ice, but perhaps more importantly, 9-4-0-1 at the Frosty Mug tournament. One last cheer here for the Gryphons as they take this contest by a score of 5-1. On the bench, Josh Dixon is joined by Simmons, who took part in 5 bucks here at the Center. Sean Ferraro now just relieving the names of the stars. Kersey, 2 goals, 1 assist. He gets the 3rd star. Hunter Bates holding the star. And Hamburg already deserves the 1st star honor, making 34 saves minimum of the 10-bell variety. We do have from a couple people from here from Max Community Organizations to deliver the Frosty Mug to the home team, the winning team, the University of Guelph Gryphons. That